Good morning, good Monday morning, everybody. Welcome into the Daily Dish. If you're watching this on the replay, of course, you can just fast forward to the important parts. But make sure you hit that like button first. Hit that like button on your way in. We'll see you in just a few. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Here we go.
3, 2, 1, launch. Cool.
Welcome back, Fun Fam, and happy Monday. Welcome back, Fun Fam. Welcome into, if you're brand new to the channel, welcome into Follow the Bradley's Fun and the Daily Dish. My name is Ron E. Bradley. Hope that wherever you are out there in the world, you're having a phenomenal day or afternoon, evening, morning, early morning. You know, it's global, so it could be any time of the day. Speaking of the day, it is the 28th day of October as of the live stream and recording of this show, this Daily Dish. If you have been watching on the replay, hopefully you forwarded to here, but make sure whether you're watching live, watching on the replay, if you could boot that like button, we would appreciate that. Like on the way in. Let's get this out to as many people as possible. And if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please consider subscribing. It's free. It doesn't cost a thing to subscribe. and click that notification bell, because when you click it, you stick it to that YouTube algorithm and you get notified of all of our uploads here at Follow the Bradley's Fun, whether it's shorts or vlogs or live streams like this or live streams from the parks, because we do a lot of live streams from the parks as well. So thank you all for coming in. I see 14 faces this morning so far, and I imagine more will make their way. And again, if you are watching this on the replay, before you head out the door, leave that comment. And of course, feel free to chat if you're watching this on the live. Speaking of all of those that are watching in the live and chatting in the live, we want to welcome everybody in. My beautiful wife is here. Good morning, everyone. My beautiful wife, Virginia Bradley, helping me out on the moderator side of things. She's wrenching for us, and we've got a few great other wrenches. Hola, Zender. Buenos dias. Mi hijo, who's in literally on the other side of the wall back here. And Dan's Life at the Kingdom is here. He says, oh, mommy, love you, Xander. Okay, Papa, love you too. Oh my gosh, good morning, everybody. So many lovely faces. Let's check in and see who all has come through the door so far, because I know there is at least one new name that I've seen in there. This is very, very exciting. I always love to see the new people. So let's say hi to everybody. Little Mouse 27 from across the pond. She says, hey, Little Mouse. Could be a, I never really discovered whether that is a she or a he. Let's say a little mouse. A little mouse could be a boy or a girl. We don't know yet. Little Mouse 27, you can let me know in the comments. In the chat. Are you a she? Are you a he? Are you a boy, a girl, man, a woman? We don't know. Go and Shogi is here. Our great wrench Go and Shogi, Chef Shogi. We love the chef here so much. And he's grabbing some coffee. Grab coffee for everyone. I only have water right now. I'm not as caffeinated. So water is like got invisible spots in it. That's weird. That's how screen one becomes invisible. And Rhonda H is here. Good morning, Rhonda H. Probably back in the St. Louis area. And Native Hawaiian says aloha and good morning, y'all. And Jeremy Heath also. That would be Jeremy H, Rhonda Heath, Rhonda H, Jeremy and Rhonda. Jeremy and Rhonda are both here watching. I appreciate that. And the new face, Bouncing Journey. Hello, Bouncing Journey. Haven't seen you in the chat before, but welcome in. We appreciate you coming. Welcome, a Bouncing a Journey and Canadian Family Life. Tiffany is here. Buenos dias. Hello, Tiffany. Well, you're Canada. So how do you say good morning? Bonjour, 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 bonjour. There goes the baker with the tray like always. Tom F, good morning, all. I hope that everything is going well for you this morning and you're maybe starting to get your voice back. We got to meet up. We got to go check out this cake thing we're talking about in person. My goodness. Good morning, Ron, and everyone. The dish today is going to be a piece of cake. Yes, that is true. A very expensive piece of cake is what we're talking about. Maybe the last, and one of the reasons I'm doing this video is I'm going to try and do something with this and cut it into something where hopefully I can. I'm going to try to start doing more videos on the channel that are like this, but more snippets of the daily dish rather than just a live, where it actually will go out as a video that more people can just enjoy, and it's not live and it's shorter, 9 minutes, 10 minutes at the most. Some people prefer the lives like this, and some people prefer to just watch the news as a video snippet, clip it, whatever. So we'll try that. Vinny T, great, highest level member. Always love seeing Vinny T. I appreciate your support so much. Vinny T says, good morning, peeps. Vinny, who is that a picture of as Tinkerbell in your icon there? Let's see here. And of course, my beautiful wife chimed in. Dan said, good morning, Virginia. And there it is. Hi, I follow you and subbed. Thought I'd drop in and watch. Well, I appreciate that Bouncing Journey. What we do here is we like to have a good time, a fun time as a family. We do family vlogs. And when I'm doing the daily dish and I'm talking about whatever news it is, I try to have fun, whether it's good news, bad news, funny news, weird news, whether it's good about Disney, bad about Disney, and basically a lot of it is just my opinion because, my opinion is that I am a Walt traditionalist, and I coined the phrase on Saturday's Lorena show, the Resort Retcon, where I said, Vinny T, that's you. Okay. Vinny T, that is you in the picture. I wonder what, I'm assuming then Vinny must be short for something. But that's a cool picture of you as Tank. Is that at a Run event? Is that like a Run Disney event? Is that what you're at there? Because it kind of looks like a Run Disney event. But I appreciate the support. Absolutely appreciate it. Now, I'm a Walt traditionalist, meaning I love the traditional Walt Disney stuff. His ideas, his ideology, love Splash Mountain, love Song of the South. Don't believe there are any actual offensive undertones in it unless you go out of your way to choose to take offense at stuff. So, for example, I'm a white guy. Now, people make fun of white guys constantly. If you've been out there, you watch the media, we get made fun of left and right. We get equated with groups that we're not related to at all. Okay? But I don't care because it's not me, and so I'm not going to take it personally. I'm that kind of a guy. Like, there's no need to take offense. There's no need to purposefully take offense and stuff that's not, not being made to offend me or anybody else. It's just funny because it's funny, and like if somebody says something funny about a white guy and I'm like, oh yeah, we do that, and I think it's funny, then it's funny. There you go. That's it. Boom, boom. Copy achieved. Oh no, the first cup was unfortunately enjoyed by the kitchen floor. Well, that's no good. So also I coined a phrase on Lorena's show called the Walt Firewall. Vanel. Oh, that's a cool name. I like that name. Is it Vanel or Venel? I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I would pronounce it Vanel. I think that might be right, but that is a cool name. I like that. V. Well, I can't call you V because V is my wife, Virginia. So she and the funny thing is Virginia also sometimes goes by Vicky. So Flood God's got the coffee. Oh, the Flood God's got the coffee. That's coffee cake. By the way, they have next door to the cake bake shop. We'll talk about this a little bit later, but they actually have coffee cake next door, and it's $8. I think it's a big giant piece. Maybe it's $6. It was either $6 or $8. It wasn't very expensive. And it looks really, really good. It's right next door to the cake bake shop. There's a lot of things at the deli next door to the cake bake shop. We'll get to that. Before we get to that, we got to talk about what we do on this channel to celebrate, because I love you guys. I love all of you. I like to celebrate you when you come in. Did I explain the Walt's Firewall? I think I left that. Walt's Firewall. Let me explain Walt's Firewall, and then we'll celebrate. Okay. Walt's Firewall. What is Walt's Firewall? Walt's Firewall is the fact that all the way through the Michael Eisner era, and even I would say all the way up to maybe 2012 or so, the Disney company was doing things, I think, very close to what Walt would have wanted. Maybe not perfectly, okay, but they were trying to do their best to fulfill Walt's vision. About 2012, I think, is when they may have completely stopped caring about what Walt's vision was. But we're seeing the effects of that as a delay, because it takes time, to do things. So there's certain things that they've done, such as change Splash Mountain over to Tiana's Bayou Adventure. It's an insult to Walt Disney. Because Splash Mountain was based on Song of the South, which won Academy Awards, which was a great property at the time, which you have to go out of your way to consider offensive. And anyway, so that's the non-Walt stuff. That's the Bob Iger type of stuff. Whereas what Walt's Firewall is the stuff that's still in the parks today. That's very satisfactory that people go for when they talk about the magic. They're talking about the magic that Walt created. He created so much that there is a firewall. Now, is that firewall being chipped away at? Yes. Do I like that? No. But and it's definitely happening, and that's sad. But I want to keep trying to. I want the hope, right? There's a hope that Disney can get back to the Walt Disney that it once was, and that's why I keep going, and that's why I keep presenting this stuff. And if you are going to the parks and you have a great time with it, you want the best. So that's what we do. We try and give you the absolute best that we can. So in that vein, that's what the Walt's Firewall is. And when we do get the best, we like to celebrate. A lot of times we get the best from you guys. And what I mean by that is we get super chats, we get super stickers, we get super things, we get PayPals, we get buy me coffees, we get gifties, memberships dropped in the chat, people becoming members of the channel, or people who have a member anniversary chat. Any of those things that we want to highlight, and we want to celebrate. Oh, hey. That's a good idea. I appreciate that. So, what we like to do is we like to celebrate all of you with our celebration when it comes to that. Now, if we got a busy show, there's a lot going on, there's a lot of news to get to, we might wait until the end to celebrate, but I do like to preview that and show you what that celebration is going to look like. So, as we get started with all of you coming in, all of you watching the show, let's throw down, and I want to celebrate you. Thank you so much, and let's celebrate.
Is it too much? Too much? It's perfect! Wahoo! Oh, this is too much. Give me a break. I couldn't be more excited. Okay, this anticipation. It's making me mental. But if they say yes, you can be on the show. I think I would go so crazy for it.
All right, there's our celebration, and Go and Shogi drop some memberships, gifties in the chat. There it is. Thank you so much for those gifties, Go and Shogi. Congratulations to Mama's Rich Boy, Gabby Mish, Patriotism USA 1, which I love that name. That's a great name. And Virginia Bradley Adventures, you got a gifty. So little party time, and yes, indeed, party time. Now, let's get to the party and let's start the stories. I have a lot to get to today, a lot that's on the plate. Before we get to the cake bake shop, I want to let you know what our family did yesterday. And let me see if I can bring this up on the screen. We went to SeaWorld. And let me see. Yeah, okay. And I'm going to get this on the screen here in just a second. Let's go and show it to the stage. There we go. Okay, so we went to the SeaWorld Halloween Spooktacular, dressed up a little bit. I had my Deadpool casual shirts on yesterday for the trick-or-treating event. It was crazy. It was crazy at SeaWorld yesterday. We got in there at 2:30, and we did not get parked until 3:05 p.m. 35 minutes after we went through the what do you call it? The toll the toll booth the toll plaza at SeaWorld. Oh, you know what? There's something else I wanted to bring up, and I forgot to. I'm going to get back to the SeaWorld story in just a minute. I want to share this real quick. We do have Follow the Bradley's Fun merch. I forgot to talk about it. Go and Shogi. I know he's bought some merch and obviously given me some ideas for some other merch. Walt's Firewall would be a great t-shirt if I can figure out what kind of a design to do with that. So I might very well do a Walt's Firewall. This is just a sample of a mug that happens to be on the shop. But if Go and Shogi, if you want to share the Follow the Bradley's Fun shop website link. That's it's too early on a Monday. Thank you. There it is. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Go and Shogi. Yes, we do have that merch. You can follow that link from the chat. And let's get back to the stories. So let's go back here. Okay, so there it is. We were at SeaWorld on yesterday, so 2:30, and I got to tell you the story. I didn't know what was going on. Here's why we went yesterday. We went because I thought yesterday was the last day of their trick-or-treating for this year, because Halloween happens on a Thursday, and with Halloween happening on a Thursday, I'm like, oh, this is the last weekend before Halloween. So I figured they'd end. It wasn't until I got there that I learned that they're actually going to do the Spooktacular at SeaWorld after Halloween. They're going to do it on the 2nd and 3rd. I don't think they do it on Friday. I think they only do it on Saturday and Sunday. But this is trick-or-treating for the kids. So this year, if you miss trick-or-treating on Halloween, you can actually go trick-or-treating at SeaWorld this Saturday and Sunday, which is really, really cool. So what they do is they have this trick-or-treat trail. You have to get one of their bags, which we have from the past. If you bring a bag from the past, you still don't. They won't actually give you candy if you bring like your own bag. They used to in the past, but they got to stop doing that. I think they need to make some money. They got to support things. But point is, if you have a bag from the past, you can bring that. We did. Let's see which way we're going here. So you can see my son's dressed up as Mario. That's pictures in front of the treat trail as we got started. And there's my beautiful wife, Virginia, in the aquarium. Let me see here. And let's see if I think there might be some other photos I want to share. I just don't want to share any of the. There are any that are not. There's some video in here, and I don't necessarily want to share the video, but let me share this. So we went to Pacific Point Preserve, which is where they have the sea lions. You can feed sea lions there. This is great. The sea lions, there was one that was like this baby sea lion. It was hard to get a picture of when he was looking at me dead on, but he was so cute. Blends right into the water there, which is really interesting, their color. But there's one up on the rock. You can feed these guys, buy like little pieces of fish for like $5. It's very, very cool what they do at SeaWorld. And I might have pictures of the show. Oh yeah, there's the picture of the whales getting ready. By the way, this arena, this whole pool area, this thing is ginormous. If you've ever gone up in the tower and you see it from above, it's a huge, huge area. But unfortunately for me, fortunately for some people out there who, don't want to see the whales in captivity, they are actually phasing the whales out. They cannot release these whales into the wild. They will not survive. However, they've ended their breeding program. So the whales that exist at SeaWorld now, these orcas, they're the last generation of orcas at SeaWorld. They will grow up. They will live their lives there. They will eventually pass away, and they're not breeding any new ones. The only whales that are there now are whales that were bred there. So they've never lived a life in the ocean. And they're phasing it out. But they have to keep them there because otherwise they wouldn't be cared for. But that's the SeaWorld thing. And what I wanted to share with you is what SeaWorld does for their annual pass holders. And this is the reason I was bringing up the story in the first place. Because, as you know, we have covered last week the annual pass prices for Disney going way, way up. Now, my family, here's what happens if you're a SeaWorld annual pass holder. When you, at least in the past, when I purchased, I was grandfathered into the price I purchased at. So we have 3 passes for the 3 of us. That's what I pay for every month. They're for SeaWorld and Aquatica, and I pay $38 a month, and it's a frozen price. As long as I just continue to make that monthly payment, it never goes up, and I get my SeaWorld pass all the time. So, yeah, the reason why it was 35 minutes to get in is because lots of pass holders were trying to go because, and I didn't find this out until I got inside, they were giving us $20 in merchandise certificates each for each pass. So my family got $60 worth of merchandise. Now, here's the thing. That's the good news. The bad news is you could not use it at any time. You had to use it on that day. So you got $60, but you had to use it on that day. Well, we decided to use it for, you can use it for food. You could actually have gone to dinner at Sharks and used it towards your meal at Sharks. But we ended up getting some cool merchandise that we wanted. SeaWorld bucks. Tom F says SeaWorld bucks. Yeah. So not only did we get 10 SeaWorld bucks, that was the gift that they were giving us annual pass holders for the month of October. But yesterday was the last day. I think they only did this for 2 days. They actually doubled that. So for each pass, 20 SeaWorld bucks. So I got more money back in SeaWorld bucks than what I paid for the month. So yeah. So SeaWorld bucks and Busch you get in both parks. That is cool to know. Now, we also got our 60th anniversary pins, and I want to know what that looks like. So there is the SeaWorld 60th anniversary pin. We're on it. Very cool. I think there's more than one design. And look at the price of this pin. 9 cents. So we got basically $45 worth of pins for free, and then we got all this other merchandise for shot collector. I don't know if you guys know that about me, but I have a shot glass collection, and this says Orlando, so we know where it comes from, and it has the orcas on it because I happen to love the orcas. But I got this shot glass for free. It's a $13 shot glass, and we got a really cool photo frame, like a and my wife got this glass ornament thing that sits on a shelf with a jellyfish in it. My son got a light up axe. We had, so I don't know if they're available anymore, but yes, the 60th anniversary pin we got for free yesterday. Slight robot voice. Let me show the pin again. Sorry about the breaking up in my robot voice, but it was 13. $99, $14, 15 with tax, and we got it for free.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. My wife has brought this in so I can show it to you. It's going to be invisible though because it's green. It's funny because it's like it's not really invisible.
Oh,
It's just that it happens to be green.
it's green.
Yeah. So, and then the frame. Thank you, baby. And she brought me the frame. The frame is really, really cool. So here's the photo frame. All of the merchandise we got basically for free. I think I paid $6 or something together. It's not this. So very, very cool. And the only reason I bring that up is to show you what SeaWorld does and how they treat their annual pass holders. It's really, really nice. I will admit this, SeaWorld is not as clean of a park as Disney. They have far fewer employees than Disney does. Where did you get all this? And why am I just learning this? I will tell you something, Minnie. I overlook it all the time. There's so much stuff that I could have gotten for free at SeaWorld, and we literally live down the street from it. So it's not like we live super far. It takes us a little while because we can't venture there on the highway. Like when I go to Disney, it's on the turnpike or the highway or whatever. It's faster. When I go to SeaWorld, it's all subdivision streets. So where did I go in the park to get it? So this is what I had to do in the park. I went to the pass holder lounge, which is the back area of the park. Thanks. My wife wanted me to show you this. This is the a little mushroom. They better be putting some of these mushrooms in the cake that we're going to talk about. Not these kind of mushrooms, but so you go to the back pass holder lounge. All right. Pass holder lounge is by Infinity Falls. So if you go to the big Infinity Falls water ride and you go back there, there's that eatery, and I can't remember the name of it. Inside that eatery is the pass holder lounge. So I had to go there first, or you can go to any kiosk where you can print tickets at. There's those machine kiosks, and I had to print a voucher. And the voucher looks just like it's printed on the thing that looks like an annual pass card. But I printed a voucher, and then I went to the gift shop up front and to redeem the voucher for the pin and for everything else. So that's where I go to get it in the parks. So there it is. And this is the bag that we use for candy for going around the trick-or-treat trail. By the way, I did a vlog. I have to edit the vlog and get that out. It'll be out probably Wednesday. But some of the candy that they give away for free, you got bears like this. It's always funny when I think they were giving away Rice Krispies. We've got Tootsie Pups. They've got these little gummy burgers. A lot of green in this candy. Invisible. Gummy hot dogs. So, and by the way, this is not like you have to go pay $300 per person to go to a party, or $200, whatever. It's like $150 to $200 for the party at Disney to get this. This is free as long as bags. Bag is like $3, and we went, So, and Tom F says you can do it at guest services also. So there's a couple of different places where you can go get your vouchers and then get the stuff redeemed. Gummy Bear Snob. Haribo is undefeated. Well, Haribo is what they give out at SeaWorld for gummies. So if you like gummies, it's a good thing. There's no chocolate candy this year. They used to give out M&Ms. Like Ron said, the parks are not clean or well-staffed, but look what you get. Wow, just wow. Yeah, that's the thing. It's an unfortunate situation that I would love to see SeaWorld staffing increase and a little bit more emphasis placed on their cleanliness in their park. But their parks, it's so busy. I mean, honestly, every time I've been to, this has been crazy to me in my head because SeaWorld used to be a dead park. Like a few years ago, we go to SeaWorld, nobody was there. It's gotten super popular. It must be the roller coasters or something. I guess people are liking that stuff, the Sesame Street, because every time we've gone in the last few years, it's getting busier and busier and busier, and it doesn't matter the time of year. It is packed. SeaWorld is doing something right because they are jam-packing people in there. Some of the people you see, some of the things that they wear are definitely not what I would call Disney-friendly outfits, but they do what they can to make up for one thing or the other. And the thing is, after years of SeaWorld never had the reputation that Disney has. They haven't built up a reputation that they're now breaking down. And the funny thing is, I'm actually seeing Disney parks become more like SeaWorld with more and more trash. They're not at the level of SeaWorld by any means, but Disney used to be pristine in comparison. And now they're actually moving that direction. So, yeah. And yeah, it's busier because Disney is unaffordable. That is so true. Disney's becoming less and less affordable. SeaWorld is very, very affordable. I will say this, some of their food, they actually charge more for than Disney. If you go to their food kiosks for their festivals, they actually charge more at their food kiosks than Disney charges at Epcot for their food. But you're paying a lot less to get in, and they cater to the pass holders. They really cater to locals and pass holders a lot. But if you're coming from Europe or overseas or something, SeaWorld is a must to see. They have trees. Those have started up. Their sea of trees is great. I have several SeaWorld vlogs on this channel. I would encourage you to go check out those SeaWorld vlogs just to see how cool it is, what you get at SeaWorld, and how that quality level has been coming up a little bit over the years. They're trying to give more and more and more, which is great. So I want to move on to our next story. It's a couple of stories. One story that leads into another about Disney. Excuse me. There are some things we've talked about. Definitely talked about these things with Lorena. If you saw him on Friday, you know that I actually went to the cake bake shop, looked at it, saw some prices. Ron, the man who goes to Disney, so you wouldn't have to. So right now we're talking about SeaWorld, and you should go to SeaWorld if you can get in, because traffic yesterday was overflow, and we couldn't even park in the regular lot. And they were leading people to park outside the regular lot. So yeah, that was crazy. There's an overflow parking lot of SeaWorld across the street. I mean, that's how popular it was yesterday. It was crazy. Crazy. And Go and Shogi says, of course, Vinny T, especially in Florida, it's so easy to go to the other parks. Speaking of Go and Shogi dropped 5 memberships. And for that, before you dropped them during a celebration. So we're going to do a mini celebration just so that I officially celebrate this after it happened.
Is it too much? Too much? It's perfect! Wahoo!
This is just the best of my scene. I hope that played all the way. Kind of cut off on my end. And hopefully you guys can see me. I'm checking my hello. Okay, I'm here. Jason Andrus, I have not seen you in the chat before, says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jason. I hope you are having a phenomenal day. Thank you for popping in. Leave that like. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, maybe you are. And if you are, welcome to the Fun Fam, Jason. Indeed. Yes. Disney needs to remember many places to have fun on the cheap. And it's not that Disney needs to become cheap. I just think that they need to provide better, greater value. The biggest thing that Disney used to do is provide the value by including so much. And now they are nickeling, diming everybody to death. And that's where the problem becomes. So my idea, for example, for their new Fast Pass Premier system, they don't call it Fast Pass anymore. It is what, Premier Lightning Lane. My idea is to just have that. Like just have that and line. No middle of the road Fast Pass or Lightning Lane thing. So my idea would be to have the Lightning Lane, and it would just be Lightning Lane, and that's where the $350 to $450 upcharge would come for in the Magic Kingdom, because you get very, very few people that are going to pay that. And then you have a Lightning Lane, and then if you're paying it, you get your value because you can go, boom, you're there, right? Makes sense. Then I would like to see each ride have a third queue for Fast Pass, where the day that you get there, you can choose 3 Fast Passes, and it may not work out for everybody, but they'd be free, and those would be your not skip the line pass, but a faster queue. Kind of like the middle of the road Lightning Lane you're paying for now, except there'll be a different queue so that you're not interfering with the people that pay the very high upcharge. Where are we? This behind me is the Cake Bake Shop at Disney. This is just a green screen if you really want to know the truth. There it is. I'm in my studio at home. But we're talking about the Cake Bake Shop, so I thought it'd be fun to have that as my backdrop on the green screen. But I'm in Orlando, Florida. That is where we are. And before we talk about the Cake Bake Shop, we want to talk about what happens and shouldn't happen, because you should learn how to control yourself. What happens if you happen to eat way too much cake or anything before you go to the parks? I hate having to talk about this, but we got to share this story because it's just too funny to not share. But please, guys, don't ever do this. Shocking incident at Disney. Adult guest poops on a public walkway. This is out of this story is out of DisneyFanatic.com, posted by Eva Miller on the 24th of October. There's the picture of Hollywood Studios. You can see it. This is hilarious and true and sad, and I can't believe that this happened. A recent event at Disney's Hollywood Studios park shocked many Disney guests. An adult woman allegedly defecated in plain view on a main walkway, an act that caught the attention of countless parkgoers. Eyewitness reports confirm that this incident occurred in a highly trafficked area, leading to immediate dismay for those in the vicinity. When she stood up, the sight of human waste left behind served as an unsightly spectacle amidst the otherwise magical environment. The event shocked and horrified those who witnessed it, highlighting concerns over public decorum in a family-friendly setting. Ah, God. Guest reactions. The story, which was shared on Reddit, caused quite a commotion amongst fans. Comments flooded in about the lack of respect displayed toward the park and its visitors, emphasizing how actions like these can tarnish the experience for others. The incident sparked discussions about the standards expected of park attendees, with many echoing frustrations over the behavior of some guests. The post shares, quote, "Not at land, but at World, a woman cups a squat in the middle of the main walkway at DHS, and when she gets up, there's a do-do-do in the middle of the road." I'm not going to say the word there, but the consequences of such disturbing incidents can ripple through the park atmosphere, threatening the family-friendly environment that Disney strives to maintain. Even a singular instance can deter families from returning. as a safe and welcoming environment is essential in retaining loyalty among guests. What else am I going to say about this story? I mean, I know. This was on purpose. This was not an accident. Thinking of the area, I can tell you that the Brown Derby, the nice bathrooms at Brown Derby are not too far away from that area. There's plenty of other bathrooms in that area around the corner. There's a lot of bathrooms that person could have accessed, and they chose to not access those bathrooms. And I'm doing the max headroom thing again. Why is that? It hasn't happened in quite some time. Don't know why that's going on. I just now noticed that my picture is like lagging a little bit. Makes you wonder, how long was that bathroom line? That's the funny thing is Disney has so many bathrooms. The lines usually are not bad at Disney bathrooms. As a matter of fact, I very often, as I did, as a matter of fact, the last bathroom that I used at Disney was one of the, family restrooms. They're often empty. So, yeah, everyone is so focused. Yeah, she then sat down somewhere else. Gross. I mean, yeah, just gross. You're right, Go and Show You. That is so disgusting. I know, Vinny T. I know. I'm sitting here with my mouth open, complete astonishment. But why? I should be used to this behavior. I don't know what's going on. I will tell you that the entitlement culture since 2021 is things have changed a lot. I know in 2020 and 2021, a lot of people were forced against our will to do a lot of things that we did not want to do. Stay inside, not go out, not go places, stay 6 feet away from other people and all that kind of stuff, which, by the way, I'm actually totally cool with being 6 feet away from other people. The one thing that they brought back that I was hoping they would never bring back is that thing where they say, please fill in all available spaces. I don't like that. I never have. Wish they wouldn't have brought it back. I love being spaced out. And I'm not even a germaphobe, but I just, go and Shogi. That's funny. Maybe it was a meta piece of art commentary on the current state of the parks. I suppose it could have been, but man, it's just sort of unbelievable. Let me see here. I want to. I want to get to our main story, though, and the main story is, first of all, don't eat so much when it comes to this story that we're going to start to share. Don't eat so much that it causes you to completely lose sense of yourself and all control. So some divert to the animal instinct. I know, it's just like I don't know what's happening there, but that's just so weird. I want to share. I need to find it. By the way, before I share this, let's just show you what the sunset was like last night, because this is cool. This is very, very cool. So we're leaving SeaWorld last night, and that's the sunset. Isn't that beautiful? It's a gorgeous sunset last night. But staying on my own photos, we're going to talk about the Cake Bake Shop at Disney. The Cake Bake Shop, long awaited for. This is a long awaited location. It replaced the ESPN zone. So what you're looking at behind me, that location used to be the ESPN zone at Walt Disney World. It was on the boardwalk. It made sense. The boardwalk's theme is like supposed to be, I think, like a New Jersey type boardwalk, somewhere in the Northeast. It's more general than a specific location, although it has some things in it like the elephant that were at specific locations. But more of a hangout type place. So they had a restaurant called Big River. They had which casual food, burgers and stuff like that, and just casual American food. I think I never ate at Big River. Wasn't particularly a popular restaurant. ESPN Zone was fairly popular. You go there to watch sports. Big sports bar area. Lots of televisions around and stuff. Well, this cake bake shop that's replaced it, this looks like really, really does. And I'm not telling you, it looks like Grand Floridian. As a matter of fact, Dan's Life at the Kingdom. It felt like Grand Floridian walking inside the bakery. It absolutely does. It feels like you're at the Grand Floridian. Now these are all deluxe resorts. Boardwalk is a deluxe resort. Beach Club, Yacht Club, those are all deluxe resorts around Crescent Lake. Even the Swan and Dolphin are those high-level resorts. They're just not Disney resorts. Seeing all the fluff pieces talking up the cake bake shop. Sorry, but no one is going to convince me of the value in eating there. And yes, and that's what we're going to talk about now. My first review that I'm going to bring up, and that's what we're going to do here, is bring up the reviews for the cake bake shop. My first review is actually out of Facebook. And now there was somebody that wrote a really, really, really long Facebook that I'm not going to get into. And I don't know. This person was, I mean, it looked like she got paid to do the review. Honestly, I don't know that she did, but that's what it looked like. So here we have what I'm going to share is a top contributor out of our Facebook page. Should be fine to share this. And here's the story. Okay. So we're gonna read this review, and I thought this was one of the most fair reviews that I've ever seen as far as a Disney place is concerned. It's not great. It's not horrible. It's a very fair review. This is Char Panino Mies, top contributor. Well, I waited since Thursday to write my review for what it's worth. So we had no idea there was a soft opening of the cake bake shop, so we thought we could get in on a big thing. We read the reviews about the pricing, but again, let's give it a try. I know the owner has a cult following, and we watch women walking around taking pictures, some with daughters like they were at an American Doll store. I ordered the broccoli quiche. It was the lightest I've had. The taste was great. My husband had the chicken gumbo. He said it was wonderful and would order again. Our daughter had a cheeseburger, enough said. Dessert was pumpkin chocolate cake, a ginger cinnamon roll, and key lime pie. Now I'm going to tell you, knowing the pricing, that's probably about a $150 meal at least. With those few items, it's probably about a $150 meal. All were good, but let me say it this way. If you're looking for a cake like you've had fresh out of the box, this is not the cake you're going to get. It's not a bad cake. It's quite fresh, just a heavier cake. The frosting is light, even though it looked thick. We went once, and this is the only time we will be there. And you can kind of see the pictures. The quiche looks burnt on top a little bit. Nothing in these pictures scream to me that quiche should be $30. Or the gumbo should be $25, $30, whatever. Those are the prices of this stuff. And I'm not giving you the exact prices. The menu is available, but and then looking at the cake, there's 6, what are those, like 3/4 inch layers, and then there are bigger layers on the other cake. So is it good cake? Sure, it's good cake, but is it $25 a slice value cake? And that's what I'm looking at. And I'm going, I don't see that cake is a $25 a slice value. And I say 25 because it's like 23 plus tax. So you're going to pay $25 for a piece of cake there. So Native Hawaiian, make sure you look me up when you come. I'll be there in 2 weeks, but since I'm on a low sodium restricted diet for the time being, I can happily avoid wasting time and visiting the Cake Bleh shop. I like that cake, the Cake Bleh shop. Bud Files, good morning, Sue. Good morning. Looks dense. And go and show he's a chef, so he knows this stuff. It's pumpkin spice, not ginger, because I've had it. And I know Dan had it. We talked at Epcot the other day when we were there, and he says it's good, but is it $25 worth price good, or would you just go get your $9 giant slice, same thing, big slice of cake over at Gideon's? And that's the other thing. It's like you can go to Gideon's at Disney Springs and get one of these giant slices of cake for $9. And Amaret's Patisserie also cost maybe a little bit less for also some very, very fancy cake. So I don't know what is the thing with fancy cake? Is that like a trend right now? Fancy cake? Maybe it is. I don't know. And then I've got time. Is it 10:28? Okay, so I got a little bit of time left. Just wanted to make sure. I'm going to share this out of mickeyblog.com, and we've got a quick review of the bakery portion. More Magic Listress. So this is out of mickeyblog.com. Review: come with us to the new Cake Bake Shop Bakery at Disney's Boardwalk by Jess Landers on October the 24th. So this morning, Cake Bake Shop finally opened on Disney's Boardwalk. There you can see a picture of the Cake Bake Shop. New addition to Disney World. This morning, bakery is open from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. The restaurant open at 4 o'clock. In the future, the bakery will be open daily from 7 to 11, and the restaurant will be open from 7 to 11 a.m. for breakfast and 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. for lunch and dinner. The atmosphere. The atmosphere inside the Cake Bake Shop Bakery is breathtaking. Truly, yes, it is breathtaking. Exactly, it looks like it should be at the Grand Floridian. It's bright and soft with ornate chandeliers overhead. Yes, you do feel like you just walked into a Millionaire's Row place. You've got these ornate chandeliers, pastel colors. You feel like you're in something out of the Princess Diaries or something like that. You've got a variety of baked goods as well as all of these different gift merchandise things. We've got a reusable bag we made our purchase durable enough to withstand many future shopping trips, as all reusable bags of this nature are supposed to be. And this little guy has a whole backstory known as Brûlé, the story that flies. He flies around the Cake Bake Shop at night, dropping pixie dust in the morning. Cake Bake Shop cast members can collect pixie dust and give it to guests to make wishes. I don't know how much they said that is. But the baked goods, after you shop around, he says, the slices are around from $23 to $25 a slice plus tax. So that's $25 and up, really, with tax. There's also French macaroons, such as rose, birthday, raspberry, champagne, chocolate, caramel, $4.50 each for a macaroon. Chocolate chip cookies are $7 each for a chocolate chip cookie. We spotted chocolate truffles for $6 each. And magic bars are $14 each. I actually like magic bars. But I don't know if I'm going to pay $14 for a single magic bar. I can go to Publix and get magic bars for less. Walnut brownie for $12. Gluten-free brownie for $12. Gluten-free Marie Antoinette for $15. Lemon bar, $14. Raspberry jam crumble. I know I'm going through these fast. But basically, it's a bunch of really, really high price. Not to mention the fact that if you go inside Epcot, you can go to the French Bistro and get a lot of these types of things for much less money. A slice of blueberry, what is this? A slice of blueberry crumb cake is $9. So there you go. There's some somewhat more reasonable slice things, but then now you're getting to the big cakes, which are $23 to $25 per slice. And I think they're a little over $150 per cake if you decide that you want to buy an entire cake. I think I saw pricing of $200+ for some of the cakes. We ended up with a chocolate chip cookie, gluten-free Marie Antoinette, and a slice of key lime pie. A slice of Gwendolyn's famous Earl's Court chocolate cake, Pixie Fetty birthday cake, and a small unsweetened iced tea. So here's their haul that they did on Mickey Blog. There's the picture of it. The key lime pie was fantastic, yet very much unlike traditional key lime pie. The inside had a mousse consistency, and it was overall palatably tart, light, and fluffy, with a vibrant yet not overpowering lime flavor. The crust was perfectly moist, plus crumbly and buttery. This came highly recommended by the bakery. So that's their key lime pie. This might be our new favorite chocolate chip cookie, light and slightly chewy in the best way, with perfect amount of chocolate chips. There was also a dash of salt on the top that cut a little of the cookie sweetness and richness. It was on the thinner side and perfectly baked. And notice that for $7, you get a single chocolate chip cookie that is the size of a small girl's hand. I'm sure that would look much smaller in my big hand. So Gwendolyn's famous moist vanilla cake with birthday sprinkles. It had light flavor, forward notes, and the buttercream was very light. It was nice, airy, and almost pretty to eat. Go and show you might have something to say about whether that was too pretty to eat or not. The Magic Bar was a childhood favorite of ours, and it brought back a lot of nostalgia. I don't really know why. It was very coconut forward. The toasted coconut, a gooey center, butterscotch combined with perfect texture. We really got a thick slice too, so it'd be easy to share among friends. And finally, the gluten-free Marie Antoinette was a huge macaroon. It was very light with a lot of subtle floral undertones in the buttercream. The macaroon itself was vanilla, and it was nice and crispy on the outside, yet tender on the inside, and the raspberry added a burst of freshness. All the desserts at the Cake Bake Shop are served with glitter on top, and everything we tried was fantastic overall. We could really taste the high-quality ingredients and the bakery experience, and the service was also top-notch, as it should be when you're paying that price. For example, the employees opened the door for us, were extremely helpful answering our questions, providing recommendations. I did not have the same experience, as I had to wait out in the heat for about half an hour before going in, and the sun was directly on my face before they even let me in the shop. If you're doing the math before taxes, now here's where we get to the crux of the matter. Our food, these desserts, were total was almost $100. This is where wording counts. Essentially, you will splurge a bit on your visit to the Cake Bake Shop, but the quality and ambiance were definitely worth the price. Well, that is where I think a lot of us are going to disagree with this type of review. $100 for a couple desserts. Okay. Splurge a bit. Most people in today's economy, a dozen eggs is like $5-6. Okay. So this isn't splurging a bit. This is splurging a lot. A lot for the majority of people. If you're catering to the upper middle class, the lower wealthy class, and all the upper classes above that, you're fine. But if you're trying to cater to the majority of people in the United States and definitely in the world, you're missing the mark in a big way. If it were half the price, it might be worth it, and it might be considered a splurge. If all those desserts cost $50-$60 for that many desserts, maybe, but $100 is a lot. I gotta get back to the chat so I can see your guys' chat, but I'm thinking, yeah. I'm thinking for me that is a lot. Now I might go in and for $4.50 try a single macaroon. I don't know. And then go and shogi. I'm just very curious about these comments here. None of this is too pretty to eat. The size of their cakes are all flat. The cakes have no embellishment. They don't match the decor. Not worth the price. Dan, I know you actually ate this. Not worth the price. Pumpkin spice cinnamon roll was really good, but not worth the price. I mean, a really good chocolate chip cookie should be $2.50, not $7. What did it say? I'm sorry, I didn't read that. If you handed me this stuff without explanation, I assume they came from a cool boba bubble tea shop. Yeah, heard about that one too. This is not the cake I'm looking for. No, Jeremy Heath, it is definitely not the cake you are looking for. And yeah, that would make dessert sweeter. All I'm saying is that if I have $100 to spend on dessert, do you realize that I could get 3 full-size sheet cakes at that price at Publix, or 3 of the big cakes at Publix, cakes that would likely be better in quality and taste better, and Publix is just around the corner from Walt Disney World. This is, I call it foo-foo. I feel like it might fit in at Grand Floridian theming wise. It doesn't, to me, really fit in at the Boardwalk, although people going to the Boardwalk do have a lot of money. Boardwalk, by the way, is phenomenal theming. It's great theming for a resort. This just feels like, look, Boardwalk. Oh, look, I'm in the Grand Floridian for 2 seconds. So I guess if you want a piece of the Grand Floridian at the Boardwalk, this is great. Izzo's Place. I do not want to be the CEO of Disney. However, I would love to be a consultant because I have some great ideas. I've actually given some of my ideas to some pretty high up people at Imagineering. I'm lying in bed with a broken hip. Oh no, Pam! Let everybody send prayers to Pam, please, in the chat. Broken hip is not a good thing. Nobody wants that. But hopefully you're enjoying us talking about poop and cakes, which is weird. A weird thing. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So this is a great comment here. This just feels like, you have money still? Well, let's try and finesse you out of it with our pretty cake slices and overpriced toast. I'm definitely going to have to at some point in time, and people gave me for this Friday, so I know I got to do it. And I really appreciate those who donated. I think it was Tom and Go and Shogi, Erica and Raph, all helped out. I will be going there. I want to do a thing maybe with Lorena where we check this out, that we go get a slice from Gideon's and get a slice of Publix cake and get a slice of this, and we compare the 3 and we see you have to spend like $50 on that trip just to do a layout for all this. But I want to do all these comparisons. Thank you everyone for sending prayers to Pam in the chat. This is the reason that my mom was in the hospital. She also had a fall. My mom is 70. I want to say 78 years old now, and she had a fall and went to the hospital. And so you got to be so careful these days. Packing on holiday fell over. Did not get to my holiday. Oh no, man, that just sucks. So yeah, put it in the French Pavilion. The thing is, I don't think the French Pavilion would charge that much. You spend that much money at the French Pavilion, you're buying perfume. They got some fancy, smelly perfumes over there. But anyhow, I want to thank you guys for coming in today. We should be heading right over to Culture Casino after this. Go and Shogi, thank you so much for the 5 gifties. Thank you so much for hanging out for all the stories today, and let us do one last celebration of all of you guys before we head out the door. Let's celebrate.
Is it too much? Too much? It's a perfect! Wahoo! Oh, that's too much. Give me a break. I couldn't be more excited. Okay.
So thank you so much for coming in today, everyone. Please check out the SeaWorld vlogs that are on the channel. We will be doing another one coming up, and look for more news story only videos that will be coming soon to the channel. With that, we thank you so much, and we'll see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao.